Suddenly a large crowd of people came from nowhere, pretending to be real, the people of the South Kongbuuk district. Kong-suk had anticipated the situation. If he couldn't agree, he would break the rule. His people came in large numbers, and here both the West Kongbuuk district and the East Kongbuuk district combined were not equal to 50% of them. The best way now was to run out of the encirclement to the East Kongbuuk district. Han Jha used his people as bait, and together with Kim So-hyun escaped the encirclement, but how come there was another layer of defense outside? Without hesitation, Han Jha kicked and dealt with all of them. He was indeed a monster of speed and strength level S. Kim So-hyun and Han Jha returned safely. Mission accomplished. Sohan Haru also appeared. She had followed Kim So-hyun. Now everyone realized that in the area, only Jang Ji-hyuk didn't know martial arts. The reward this time would be used to save Jang Ji-hyuk, copying the strength of Goha Jun. But it only worked for 10 minutes and Kim So-hyun had to hurry there to save him. Bringing Jang Ji-hyuk back, the Yakuza also appeared. Before they could rejoice, Lee Hyun-jong also returned, but he was no longer healthy and conscious. He was dragged by the head to Kim So-hyun's place. It was indeed the monster criminal of the South Kongbuuk district, Na-il Kyong. He determined any blow as a sword blade. Kim So-hyun was just a grain of sand to him. He knocked down Kim So-hyun. He called and reported to Kong-suk. Just when he thought he could swallow West Kongbuuk, bad news came. Han Jha had known Kong-suk's plot and sent troops to ambush South Kongbuuk. Because at this time, all of Kong-suk's forces had been mobilized to the headquarters. Na-il Kyong had to let Kim So-hyun go back to South Kongbuuk urgently. South Kongbuuk was very chaotic. At this time, a group of people came and asked to see Kim So-hyun. They wanted to join the club of West Kongbuuk because the tribute to Kong-suk was too much for them to bear. Because East Kongbuuk was too strong, they wanted to join West Kongbuuk. Happy to have more teammates, but damn it. One guy pulled out a stick to attack Kim So-hyun. Luckily, Sohan Haru quickly kicked him. Indeed, Jang Ji-hyuk was right. They all had a plan. Not only 3 people asked to join, but they dragged up to 20 people or something. Pretty good. They were smart to win this game but didn't know that Kim So-hyun's group had received the training card and their strength had increased so much. A side quest was formed: defeat the people of South Kongbuuk. The reward was a gold card. Attractive, let's get to work. Yakuza was very eager to fight. He threw moves like dancing, knocked them down in a few swings. Sohan Haru was not inferior. She knew she was very weak and had to try hard not to affect everyone. The momentum was pushed into each fist. The 3 combined quickly ended the game. Mission completed. Got a weekend off. Kim So-hyun lay on the sofa to watch TV, but it didn't seem very relaxing because his twin sister Kim Ja-hyun was also at home. And the two were like cats and dogs. Kim Ja-hyun was encroaching on being a YouTuber and also had a considerable number of followers. She ran out of the room to brag to Kim So-hyun that she was invited to collaborate with a famous female YouTuber, not useless like him. But she didn't know that the female YouTuber was from South Kongbuuk who was trying to approach her to catch Kim So-hyun. The next day, Kim Ja-hyun met and live-streamed with the famous female YouTuber, so she was happy. But she was still quite shy. To get along with Kim Ja-hyun, she also showed her friendliness to the fullest. Seeing that she was still poor at communicating when live-streaming, she took the initiative to suggest inviting more friends to live-stream. And how the hell did she invite Yong So-ha and Sohan Haru? Good drama. According to the plan, after the live-stream, she invited Kim Ja-hyun and the others to a party, but this party was weird. When Kim Ja-hyun and Yong So-ha arrived, they were very surprised because this party was a drinking party and there were a lot of men. Sohan Haru was not interested in these things, so she asked to leave early. Kim So-hyun at home suddenly received a warning from the status board to rescue Kim Ja-hyun. How come? He called and saw his sister still stiff, so he didn't bother to worry anymore. But right now, the strategist of South Kongbuuk called. His tone provoked Kim So-hyun when he caught a good fish. Kim So-hyun knew his sister was in danger, so he warned him he would die if he touched his family. Knowing the news, he called Sohan Haru urgently because he knew Sohan Haru had gone with Kim Ja-hyun to that place. As he was about to put a candy in his mouth, Sohan Haru appeared. Kim Ja-hyun and Yong So-ha were like 2 naive sheep. It turned out that they were both lured by the YouTuber and the gangsters to eat addictive candy. But not as simple as Sohan Haru thought. There were both rank 3 and rank 4 of South Kongbuuk here. Right now, only she had to protect Kim Ja-hyun and Yong So-ha from these scumbags. Kim So-hyun was about to come, but was blocked by the people of South Kongbuuk. It was hard to get there quickly to rescue him. Knowing the situation, he activated the power card and applied it to Sohan Haru. But it was also very strange. The information reached Yang Chong-hak, ranked 20th in the North Kongbuuk area. Despite the resistance of his comrades, he was not allowed to go to the South Kongbuuk area at this time, but as a brother, he could not ignore his sister. S Haru fought alone and was quickly defeated. When they were about to enjoy their prey, the card was activated. S Haru became a different person, with a fighting power and destruction that was too terrifying. She quickly defeated both rank 4 and rank 5. When it was over, Kim So-hyun also arrived in time. But why was the mission board still not completed? He clearly saved Kim Ja-hyun already. It turned out that he had not met the supporter and captured Jeom Sang, the mastermind behind the South Kongbuuk area. Kim So-hyun sent his sister and Yong So-ha home, turned the cloud copy into his sister, and took advantage of those thugs to fake the submission of Kim Ja-hyun to locate the damn Jeom Sang. Everything went smoother than he thought. This Jeom Sang guy was too overconfident. When Kim So-hyun and S Haru appeared, he was shocked, but then he had a pleased expression. "You guys came to die, huh? Ha ha ha." Suddenly a mighty army appeared out of nowhere. He was a mastermind, so he always guarded against all situations. When he was smug, a motorcycle flew right in front of Yang Chong-hak. Why was there the North Kongbuuk area in this fight? He couldn't believe his eyes. Kim So-hyun didn't have time to act, his elite army was wiped out by Yang Chong-hak. Jeom Sang's face was bloodless. He was only rank 20. How could he be so strong? But he had to know that even though he was rank 20, he was rank 20 of the North Kongbuuk area. He showed off, took a cigarette to smoke. Before he could light it, a punch like the sky fell on his face. Kim So-hyun had warned before that he would not let him go if he dared to touch his family. Kim So-hyun attacked him mercilessly. Jeom Sang's face was distorted, but he was still very smug. There was a reason for him to do that, Na-yuki Yong. He called Na-yuki Yong to come. Kim So-hyun was about to attack, but S Haru stopped him. She wanted to avenge the last time. She was stronger now and she didn't want to fail miserably like that. Kim So-hyun used the card to nourish her. S Haru attacked very hard. Although she was still far behind Na-yuki Yong in strength, her hatred made her stronger than ever. But the situation was not good. Yang Ji-hyuk called to report that Kong-suk's army was coming. He had to quickly defeat Na-yuki Yong and run back. Kim So-hyun activated the power to combine with S Haru. The power of both of them was at level S with a destructive power beyond imagination. Na-yuki Yong fell into a passive position. The attacks were too fast for him to defend, but he was lucky to have his teammates throw smoke bombs and save him elsewhere. The basic mission was completed. Yang Chong-hak also finished off the elite army. He came forward and sent his gratitude. The relationship between the North and West progressed. But now the South Kongbuuk area was like a sea of fire, everything was very complicated. Kong-suk was being attacked from many sides. The South Kongbuuk school was standing on the edge of a very dangerous cliff. On the other side, Park Kuan was also looking for Goha Jun to challenge. They thought Goha Jun was very weak, because Kim So-hyun was weak but still beat Goha Jun, then this Goha Jun guy must be just a speck of dust. Park Kuan was an addict, he was skinny but very strong. But he was really nothing compared to Goha Jun. He hadn't finished saying some meaningless provocative words when he was knocked out by Goha Jun. He thought he won so he went alone. And now he was lying here alone too. After defeating Park Kuan and Kong Jo-hyuk, Kim So-hyun also had a new title, the ruler of 3 small high schools in the East Kongbuuk area. And his task was to recruit group members, establish discipline in the new areas. The first school he went to was Sohan. It seemed that the guys here didn't want to follow him. When he arrived, they even swore allegiance to Han Jha. But they were only good at talking. Kim So-hyun attacked the leader. Knocked him down in a flash, the whole group knelt down and begged to follow him. One by one, all 3 schools were under Kim So-hyun's discipline. The task was completed and he received a member enhancement card. And after thinking about the 4 current members, he decided to use it for the potato. Lee Hyun-jong arranged the work for Kim So-hyun. After the fight, he provoked the South Kongbuuk area to fight with the East Kongbuuk area, while the West Kongbuuk area he went to have fun. This trip Lee Hyun-jong also invited Baek Chai-rin and her friend. It looked fun, but they didn't know that the villa they went to belonged to the North Kongbuuk area. And these Kongbuuk guys were not simple at all. Not to mention the boss who was a very scary monster beast. He had no rumors like the other school bosses. All information about him was unknown, only knowing that he was very strong and had never lost to anyone. This trip also fell into their sights. When they saw Kim So-hyun's group enter the villa, they were delighted, their prey came to play. They had to defeat Kim So-hyun to make a merit with the boss. They were having fun when Lee Hyun-jong divided the game. The potato walked in the hallway and was caught by them. Everyone in the room heard the news, but this time Kim So-hyun was very calm. He sat and played without rushing to save the potato. Because he knew that the potato was no longer weak as before. It was true indeed. After defeating the first guy, the potato also felt the change in himself. He remembered the enhancement card that Kim So-hyun mentioned that he had given him, and he also understood some of it. Diablo Potato, the little emperor of West Kongbuuk, had really appeared. He attacked and knocked down 3 guys quickly. Wow! It was a beautiful and successful debut. The trip was also part of Lee Hyun-jong's plan. He invited Baek Chae-rin because he wanted the boss to have a girlfriend. And his plan was somewhat successful. Before, Baek Chae-rin and Kim So-hyun had something very strange. Although they didn't express it in words, there was a slight embarrassment between them. And after this trip, well, there was something better, but their attitude towards each other was still quite tense. But Baek Chae-rin also started to open up more to him. After playing, the team had a meeting. It seemed that after something happened, Lee Hyun-jong always summoned everyone to summarize and propose activities. Although not too strong, his intelligence was not very high, but Lee Hyun-jong had something very good. All preparations were clear and had a specific itinerary. As a potential factor, this time he mentioned strengthening and expanding his influence. And Kim So-hyun's mission began, the Red Book Division War in Kongbuuk. Rumors of the war began to spread. In Dong Kongbuuk heard the news and also started to position. Han Jha was also ready. Why the hell not declare war on Dong Kongbuuk? Could it be that Kim So-hyun aimed at Nam Kongbuuk? Well, that's right, because Nam Kongbuuk seemed easier to deal with than Dong Kongbuuk. Well, come and welcome. On the side of Kong-suk of Dong Kongbuuk, he also welcomed the declaration of war. The juniors also reported to the boss. This time, Kim So-hyun chose the billiards hall of Baek Kongbuuk as the first place to declare war. He came with Potato and Lee Hyun-jong. Just stepped in and felt suffocated. There were a lot of people playing billiards here. Whoever they were, they had fierce faces. Tattoos looked very scary. The leader here must not be easy. Oh, whatever. Is it a girl? That's right, the boss here is S Haru, a girl, indeed Baek Kongbuuk. The bosses were something very mysterious, they didn't know who they were and what they were like. Kim So-hyun went straight to the point, wanting to expand his influence. He had to recruit more members. He opened the invitation for S Haru to join the group. Don't know what Kim So-hyun was thinking, but this was too funny. Invite the enemy to be friends. As soon as he finished, he ate a kick in the face. Kim So-hyun fell to the floor. Seeing that, Lee Hyun-jong rushed to protect his senior and he also got a bad result. What about girls? Girls, but how strong they have to be the boss here. Don't joke with her. Kim So-hyun stood up, he repeated the joining issue again. S Haru made a move. Kim So-hyun didn't respect her anymore, he threw a high kick and elbow. But Haru avoided it very easily. Not a simple type, Kim So-hyun made a deal. If he won, she had to join the group. Because he saw her potential, rank A+. He made a move and used his skills. When S Haru counterattacked, Kim So-hyun collapsed on her. Did he really lose? S Haru only ranked 39th in Baek Kongbuuk and he lost so easily. The people in the billiards hall laughed happily. So the rank 1 of West Kongbuuk was just like that. No, Kim So-hyun, if he was that easy, he wouldn't have chosen Baek Kongbuuk. Using the card to exceed the limit, he hugged S Haru and threw her to the ground, threw an elbow and punched her until she was unconscious. He leaned over and whispered, "So you are now a member of my group." Kim So-hyun was also thicker, he made the deal and closed it himself. After that failure, S Haru was not satisfied to see the rank 2 boss but she was beaten mercilessly. With Baek Kongbuuk, the weak were just garbage. From rank 39, she was despised and kicked down to look after the small billiards hall of the weak. The rank 2 guy also beat her up, not human, not ghost anymore. She opened her eyes and saw herself lying in the library, in the area of West Kongbuuk, just as Lee Hyun-jong finished cooking the ginseng soup. He gave it to her. Kim So-hyun stood still by the window, seeing that he turned around. He talked about joining the group. S Haru was probably only 17 years old, she must have big dreams. Why did she go to manage the small billiard hall with the shrimps? After the disadvantages that S Haru said, Kim So-hyun still recruited her. At the same time, seeing the benefits that Kim So-hyun could bring to her, S Haru agreed. Pulling to fight South Kongbuuk, it seems that Kim So-hyun started to have unpredictable moves. After defeating S Haru, he received a platinum card and this card was also very unique. And now he needs to deal with South Kongbuuk to get the valuable red card and train his team members. Kim So-hyun's group pulled to South Kongbuuk. The shrimps greeted them like warming up their bones. S Haru and Potato knocked them down in a few swings. Rank 9, 10, 11 of South Kongbuuk came out. They smiled wickedly with a contemptuous face. 3 guys fought with 3 people, Kim So-hyun, Potato and S Haru. But Kim So-hyun's group was quickly defeated. All 3 lay down there, making them very happy. Thinking that West Kongbuuk was something, it turned out to be as easy as porridge. They called to report the good news to Kong-suk. But life is not that easy. Life is a trick. Kim So-hyun stood up, smiled evenly. Do you think we just rushed in to lose like this? Do you think we only have 3 people? You are too naive. Check your business documents again. The work document bag was swapped. Kim So-hyun used the platinum card to restore strength for the whole team. Taking advantage of the shock and panic of losing the bag, the punches and kicks were thrown continuously. Kim So-hyun's group quickly defeated them and happily left. Kong-suk heard the news angry, restless. Losing was enough, now he also lost the important business documents of South Kongbuuk. Must take revenge. After losing the work documents, South Kongbuuk fell into many difficult situations. Kong-suk he couldn't leave it like that. He contacted Han Jha in East Kongbuuk for help. The deal was to split a piece of land next to East Kongbuuk for Han Jha, and Han Jha's people would attack the wing of West Kongbuuk, hit both sides and dump the West Kongbuuk gang. Said and done, with Han Jha's speed, he quickly ordered people to hit West Kongbuuk. The news also quickly reached Kim So-hyun. When the news came to Kim So-hyun, Lee Hyun-jung also got hit. By a guy like Lee Hyun-jung, he was very responsible and agile, hearing that he would come to protect his territory. And Lee Hyun-jung's level is still very young, he now only has a corpse. But he also felt very guilty. Every curse of them made him more guilty. He felt himself useless, had no strength, just followed Kim So-hyun's tail. Lee Hyun-jung looked at the underworld like that, but he was also an emotional person. Kim So-hyun heard the news and ran to save Lee Hyun-jung. He also suddenly remembered the recovery and training card. He was very worried because he didn't know who to use it for. Goha Jun was also strong, Potato was received at the first card. Say Song Haru had a lot of potential, but right now he had to use it for Lee Hyun-jung. He had to save him first. Lee Hyun-jung suddenly stood up. He didn't know why he had more strength, but he knew he had to fight to the end to not burden his seniors. The power that the card gave Lee Hyun-jung was indeed very promising. Lee Hyun-jung held a stick in his hand. He was Lee Hyun-jung without eyebrows, ranked 4th in the West Kongbuuk area. He finished speaking and attacked with punches that shattered the stick. But with more power, his skill was still quite poor. He took care of one guy and then collapsed. At least he was satisfied that he had tried his best. Preparing to eat the final blow, Goha Jun appeared. There were still 2 guys left, Park Kwon and Kong Jo-hyuk. With his current strength, these 2 guys were within his reach, but it would also be quite tiring. He finished off Kong Jo-hyuk and then Park Kwon. He was not easy either, but he also fell under Goha Jun's blow. Park Kwon was beaten to the point of feeling like all the bones in his body were no longer intact. Goha Jun was also exhausted. He prepared to throw the last punch. Damn it. It was Han Jha. Damn it. Han Jha came along with his action group, the top group aiming to capture the leaders. Goha Jun held a cigarette, ordered Han Jha to light it. Although he was alone and at a disadvantage, Goha Jun still exuded a great aura. The people in this action group were like Han Jha's powerful arms, not easy to deal with. They rushed in, 4 against 1. Goha Jun was eroded a lot of strength. That made Han Jha sit and watch very happily. The 4 guys started to get tired. Not beyond Han Jha's expectations, he knew that Goha Jun's strength was not easy to deal with, but seeing his exhaustion also made him amused. He opened the negotiation and invited Goha Jun to join his side and unify Kongbuuk. Goha Jun heard that and smiled faintly. On the other side, Kim So-hyun was still running at full speed to the location. They fought at the edge of the east-west border, so it was far from his position. His subordinates called to report the situation. Right now he was very confused and worried for Goha Jun. He currently held a few small power cards. And he thought that was the last and best way, to merge and increase all the strength for Goha Jun. But it seemed to not help Goha Jun much, because Goha Jun's skills were already very high. What martial arts move is that? Goha Jun didn't know why he knew this move. He attacked Han Jha, but it seemed that Goha Jun was not enough to fight Han Jha. Although he was given more martial arts moves, with Goha Jun's skills, it was hard to fight against the monster Han Jha. Not to mention he was also exhausted from fighting a bunch of his minions. It was really cunning. Han Jha kicked fast as the wind, kicked straight into Goha Jun's temple. Goha Jun was too careless. He hit the weak point, the sky-kicking kick hit the temple and made Goha Jun ache. Everything started to blur. 1 became 2, he staggered and fell. He had worked too hard. Han Jha. No, Kim So-hyun, he had arrived. He took off his white shirt, threw it straight to the ground, crossed the tank top straps, his face was grim and full of murderous intent. He was the only one left. Han Jha breathed the white smoke of the cigarette, he sat down, his two hands propped on his knees as if waiting. It was interesting. He came empty-handed. Don't you think you're soloing one-on-one, you idiot? Han Jha's subordinates, nearly 50 of them, had just arrived. They snarled and approached Kim So-hyun. There was news that Kong-suk was also bringing people. He despised Kim So-hyun and saw him as a rabbit, easy to catch. The others were about to attack when Kim So-hyun spoke up. Deal, let's make a deal. He will give the business documents of the East Kongbuuk area and Han Jha will stop and withdraw. Didn't Han Jha say that catching Kim So-hyun was easy? Just take the goods and go. He can catch him anytime. Isn't that a great deal? For Han Jha, this was a very good gift. No need to waste any strength. If he fought hard and only got a small piece of land in the East Kongbuuk area, why not take their secret business documents, to threaten and get more benefits? And the West Kongbuuk gang was nothing to worry about anymore. Han Jha accepted the offer and called Kong-suk to withdraw from the war, not forgetting to mock and provoke about the goods they received. Kong-suk was furious. After that incident, Kim So-hyun realized the weakness of the group. Almost everyone was fighting instinctively without any strategy. That posed the need for a strategy for the group. But until now, all the plans were made by Lee Hyun-jong, but those plans had no special strategy. Who can come up with a strategy to help him unify Kongbuuk? Yes, there is. Lee Hyun-jong talked about someone who was nicknamed Zhuge Liang. This person could be said to be the leader of Kongbuuk, very talented, but also quite conservative. He did not join any group, many factions were sent to invite him but failed. And the mission appeared, successfully recruit the strategist. Damn it, every difficult thing would become a mission for him. Damn it, Kim So-hyun thought this was a small gangster, agile or something. He didn't expect the person Lee Hyun-jong mentioned to be a teacher. He was chubby, but there was one thing that his stats were very low. With the peeping skill, Kim So-hyun saw that all the stats were at F level, but only one thing was at a very high level, intelligence. Indeed, he was a strategist, there was nothing natural. How smart he had to be called Zhuge Liang. He refused to join any faction and invited him back. What era is this that still wants to unify Kongbuuk? Kim So-hyun didn't have time to explain more when he was rejected outright. But when S Haru appeared with Kim So-hyun, he was about to turn away when he called him back. He asked to go to the room to talk and S Haru went with him. That's really crazy. After presenting the situation, he was very calm. He was younger than Kim So-hyun by 1 year but looked very mature. He began to analyze the situation and a big war would come to the West Kongbuuk area. The situation required the West Kongbuuk area to have a very careful strategy, or they would be defeated. When Jang Ji-hyuk presented the strategy, Kim So-hyun had a strange feeling. He looked unattractive, but his words and actions had a very persuasive power. And indeed, Jang Ji-hyuk was the factor that Kim So-hyun was looking for the team. Kim So-hyun's invitation had no effect on the indifferent person before this unification war, but he agreed immediately when he knew S Haru was a member of the group. He was so crazy about girls. So Kim So-hyun's group was stronger now, because to win, they had to have a clear strategy, not just fight by instinct. And from today, Jang Ji-hyuk was the right-hand man of the team. Goha Jun went to meet the people in the North Kongbuuk area to talk. According to the plan that Jang Ji-hyuk laid out, Goha Jun would team up with North Kongbuuk to defeat Han Jha, while Kim So-hyun and the others would attack South Kongbuuk. They were also acquaintances in the gangster world, so Goha Jun quickly cooperated smoothly. Kim So-hyun was quite worried at this time. Compared to the whole group, his level was not much better. He had to train to increase his strength. But who to train with? The copied clouds were busy copying S Haru's impersonation. The current situation also couldn't go looking for trouble with the thugs at the schools. The only way was to not reveal his identity and just go fight. Kim So-hyun covered his head and went to the outskirts of North Kongbuuk, Kongbuuk Go. He took the name Kim Bang-do and defeated the thugs who had power here. But things were not as simple as he thought. The news of Kim Bang-do beating up those people reached the ears of the boss of the North Kongbuuk school. And he seemed quite interested in this. At this time, Kim So-hyun was doing a new mission, becoming close to Yong So-ha. Yong So-ha was a friend of Kim Ja-hyun, his sister and also the one who was helped by Kim So-hyun in the teasing incident of the East Kongbuuk gang. She had feelings for him, so she took the initiative to ask for his phone number and contact. However, Kim So-hyun was quite cold and did not reply to her messages, now saying that he was close to her was quite forced. But he took the initiative and Yong So-ha had feelings, so the closeness went smoother than he thought. The side mission was completed and at this time the main mission was also set up, to take over the Kongbuuk bar. Indeed, as the level increased, the difficulty of the mission increased. Kim Bang-do, also known as Kim Balloon Bag because he covered his head with a balloon bag to not reveal his identity. And this time he went to the bar alone to fight. But damn, he went without any preparation, just bare-handed to catch the enemy. The Kongbuuk bar was a gathering place for some pretty famous thugs. The boss was ranked 20th in North Kongbo, Yang Chong-hak. Entering the bar, Kim So-hyun was bewildered because he didn't think this place could be so crowded. And he was also stunned when he met Yang Chong-hak. He was terrifying. Why could his stats be at such high levels? His strength was comparable to Goha Jun, and he only beat Goha Jun by luck. Not to mention this time it was not just him, but dozens of people in the bar. Before he could make a move, he was overwhelmed by the thugs. They attacked from all sides, making him lie down there. Yang Chong-hak sat and watched leisurely. He praised his courage, but he was knocked out in 3 seconds. He should go home. But because he was also curious about the identity of Kim Balloon Bag, who had the guts to come here and claim the bar. Yang Chong-hak approached, sat down and prepared to remove the balloon bag, but was grabbed. Kim So-hyun activated the recovery card. With a weight of 156 kilograms, he threw Yang Chong-hak a very strong one on the floor. Okay, his target was not the worms here, but the boss Yang Chong-hak. That was the mission completed. Oh shit, why is the mission board still the same? Indeed, ranked 20th in North Kongbuuk School, he was not easy to eat. Yang Chong-hak put his hand behind his neck, twisted his neck like exercising his joints. He used to be a judo athlete, not to mention his endurance was level S+. Kim So-hyun kicked, but was caught by Yang Chong-hak, threw a reverse move that made him feel like his bones were shattered. Just a normal wrestling move like that and he lay there unable to move. It couldn't be like that. He came to take over this bar. After receiving Jang Ji-hyuk, he got 3 yellow cards and one of them was a level 2 strength boost card. That's right, this was the time for him to use it. Yang Chong-hak grabbed his head, ready to punch him down, but Kim So-hyun got up and kicked him with a taekwondo technique. It was over. The kick was too powerful, not to mention the level 2 strength. The attack card system of taekwondo moves was activated. Not yet recovered from that kick, Yang Chong-hak continued to eat a series of kicks from Kim So-hyun, continuing with the bone-breaking move, punching his nose sideways. With the taekwondo moves, a judo athlete like Yang Chong-hak could not resist. He lay motionless under the astonishment of all his subordinates in the bar. However, his face did not seem angry but rather disappointed. He was disappointed because he thought he was defeated by someone else, not Kim So-hyun, who had saved his sister, Yang So-ha. The world is round indeed. That's how the mission was completed. Kim So-hyun got the diamond card and went home. According to the strategy that Jang Ji-hyuk laid out, this was the golden time to attack the South Kongbuuk district. Goha Jun would defend against the East Kongbuuk gang, while Kim So-hyun and his team would attack points A and B of the South Kongbuuk district, having to attack both points at the same time so they could not support each other. Potato and his subordinates locked down and attacked point B. He quickly defeated the shrimp blocking the way. But the boss at point B was not easy. Although she was a girl, her martial arts was very powerful, ranking 9th in the South Kongbuuk district, Lee Ji-hyun. But strangely enough, the person who faced him was not Lee Ji-hyun but Joo-hak Jin, ranked 8th in the South Kongbuuk district, notorious for being a coward and cruel. He made a very vicious move, without any hesitation. With his strength and cruelty, he beat Yakuza, Potato unconscious, with unimaginable injuries. Point B failed. However, on the other side, S Haru and everyone else did not have to move. Kim So-hyun alone fought 3 people ranked 10, 11, 12. He could not believe his eyes that in such a short time, Kim So-hyun's skills and moves were so perfect. It was the power of the diamond card. All the previous cards were 12 levels. Victory at point A, Kim So-hyun and everyone moved to point B. When he saw Yakuza like that, he was furious like fire boiling in his stomach. Yakuza was his only best friend, the one who helped him when he was in trouble and the one who accompanied him all this time. Yakuza was not only a friend but also a benefactor of his. Kim So-hyun was eager to find Joo-hak Jin. At this time, he and Lee Ji-hyun and Kong-suk were sitting leisurely thinking they were victorious. Knowing that Kim So-hyun came to the central area, Joo-hak Jin happily went to greet him. This area was very dangerous, where the top ones gathered. According to Jang Ji-hyuk's strategy, only attack points A, B, but anger took over Kim So-hyun's mind. Joo-hak Jin made a really cruel move. Kim So-hyun, he seemed to have fallen, but the resentment and remembering Yakuza made him unable to be defeated like that. There was only one useful card left at this time, bearing the force for 2 minutes, but after 2 minutes he would faint. Kim So-hyun still used the card. He pounced on Ju Hak-jin. He used the move to blind him and then attacked with all his might, the punches like the spear strokes he hit for Yakuza. When Ju Hak-jin fainted, he also collapsed. Because he was the only one who rushed into the central area, he fainted and was captured by Kongbuuk Nam, ranked 7th in the South Kongbuuk district. But luckily, the strategist Jang Ji-hyuk quickly called Goha Jun to rescue him. With only his own strength, Goha Jun had a hard time coping. But just when things got tough, something good happened. Hot news reached the ears of the South Kongbuuk district, making him panic and run back to the headquarters to find Kong Suk. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Goha Jun carried Kim So-hyun and ran. When he found out that it was just a fake news, Kong Suk mobilized all his men to block the road and catch Kim So-hyun. S Haru and his brothers at home were very worried, demanding to go and save the two. But that's life. They were about to go when they saw Goha Jun carrying Kim So-hyun on his shoulder standing in front of the door. Goha Jun had single-handedly overcome that hell. It was unbelievable. Kong Suk's side was furious because they failed to catch Kim So-hyun. They planned to attack the West Kongbuuk district. Because at this moment, both Kim So-hyun and Goha Jun were no longer able to fight. But before they could act, the rumor came again: the East Kongbuuk district attacked the South Kongbuuk district. Now it's not a rumor anymore. Han Jha was very good at grasping the situation. This was an opportunity for him to swallow the South Kongbuuk district, and the West Kongbuuk district he could take at any time. The war was getting more and more intense. The Kongbuuk conference was about to take place. Unlike the previous times, it was just a meeting to greet. This time the leaders of the high schools would meet with each other. And this was also an opportunity for Kim So-hyun to befriend Han Jha and defeat South Kangbuck. But Kong Suk also had his own plan. He asked for an alliance of 3 schools to defeat the North Kongbuuk district, but it was a false assumption in Jang Ji-hyuk's mind, and of course Kim So-hyun would not agree with that proposal. And a smart guy like Han Jha also knew some of the final plot of the South Kongbuuk district: a backstab.